Well, the holidays are upon us, and it's that time of year they were buying a lot of things, maybe as gifts for others, loved ones, family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers, or maybe it's even a gift for yourself. Maybe this is a year that it was time to buy that composter you always wanted. Whatever the case, a lot of times we turn to the internet to do our buying and selling. The internet provides a convenient, sort of anonymous way to conduct business transactions without the irritating necessity to go to someone's house and ask them about things or talk on the phone or whatever. So I thought, well, what better time to offer a few pro tips about how to maximize your sales during this time of the year or any time of the year. So let's get into that, and I'll tell you what my three or four top tips are for you if you're going to sell on the internet, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist to an extent, or whatever the case may be. So, one of the first things we need to remember is that if you're buying and selling on the internet, you're probably going to use one of these because a lot of things are conducted on the internet these days. It's convenient, as I said. So, the first tip I'm going to offer you, if you're going to sell anything on the internet, like through Marketplace or Craigslist, where you receive messages from people wanting to buy things you have for sale, is top tip: don't answer the messages. If they send you messages, ignore them. If they call you, don't answer the phone. Just look at it and just ignore it. Because, I know that may seem counterintuitive to increase your sales, but really it's not. It's not. It works better that way. So just don't worry about those messages. And if you do decide to answer the message or you answer one by accident, make sure it's 2 or 3 days later after it's been sent to you. So you're sure that the person actually wants whatever it is you're so to speak selling. So anyway, that's the first tip, and maybe the most important is just don't worry about those messages. Just disregard them. Just ignore them. They're not serious. Because yeah, you got to remember, a lot of people ask about things for sale just for the heck of it. They don't really want to buy it. They just doing it for fun or to pass the time or whatever. So the second tip is probably equally as important: is if you do happen to accidentally answer a message, respond to a message or a phone call, make sure that you're not going to be there to sell it. So if you have to go out of town, if you have to go to a birthday party, a bar mitzvah, if you have to go out to work somewhere, if there's possibility of a flood happening in your location in Tucson, Arizona, you just, whatever you have to do, just make sure you're not there, whatever day it is. If Saturday is, by the experts, the most popular sales day for anything, maybe like firewood, like I have here, or a car, or a lawnmower, or clothes, or a bed frame. It doesn't matter what it is. If the data says that Saturday is the most important day for selling, you need to make sure you're not there. You need to go somewhere. So if you do answer the message, which you're violating tip number one if you do that anyway, but if you do happen to just go ahead and answer a couple messages from people, just make sure that you have somewhere to go. I'm not going to be here this weekend. Nope, not going to be here this weekend. I'll be here Tuesday. Tuesday for a couple hours. I might be here, but don't count on it. So that's critically important. Even if you don't have anywhere to go, just pretend like you do. Say, well, you don't have to actually leave. Just sit there and say, well, no, I'm not here. Not going to be here. I think somebody's going to be sick that day. So anyway, that's tip number two, and that's still a pretty important one. And probably the third tip, that's, I say three, but they're all important, and they all matter. And the third one is if you actually make it to the third tip, whatever it is, if you messed up and answered a message, and then you messed up and said, well, I'm here, then the third thing is make sure, listen to me here, don't screw this up. Make sure you don't actually have what it is you're trying to sell. Now, again, I know that that's counterintuitive. You think, well, normally you would say, well, I'm actually trying to sell this item. But you don't want to do that. You take my word for it. You do not want to do that, because people actually enjoy messaging someone. They like to message someone and be told that I don't have it, or I won't have it until 4 or 5 days later. That's when you go somewhere, like you drive a trailer down to buy firewood or something, and you get there, they get to your location, and you actually have it, and you can actually exchange money for product. Logically, the old-fashioned logic would tell you that that's good, but it's not good. What you want to do is you want to disappoint the customer, because customers, see, when you disappoint a customer for anything, that increases demand. See, they're not going to be actually mad at you. They're going to be thankful that you didn't have it, so they could wait a few days and then really want it. See, like for myself, let's put me in the mix here. So if I had wanted firewood today and been told everywhere I went that no, see, then it would be good, because then I would go home and I would not be angry about it. I would think, well, I'm very happy about these people that didn't have this for me today, because that clarifies, that gives me clarification and focus about, do I really want firewood? And then a week from now, especially when the temperatures went down to 20 degrees, I'm going to think to myself, well, boy, I really want firewood now, so I'm going to go right back to those people that didn't have it. And I know there's a chance they may have it now, and it may be disappointing, but maybe they won't have it, and I just come back home again and keep wasting time and money. But it's not a waste. It's not a waste. Don't say that. So anyway, see, like me here with this firewood, I'm really disappointed about this, because I was actually able to get this trailer rented, because my truck won't run. Other truck won't run that would haul it. I actually could rent this trailer and go pick up firewood with no problem today, and I can't put into words how irritated and disappointed I am because of this, because I was counting on being able to have an empty trailer sit in my driveway all day today, and then have to take it back and waste my money, which wouldn't have been a waste. We're not going to use that word anymore. No waste. But, oh well, I guess, bad things happen sometimes, and I've got a load of firewood here. I guess I'm going to have to stack up and have to burn in the fireplace this winter and have to save on my electric bill. That's not the way I wanted it. I didn't want it to be like this. I wanted to just screw around and waste my time the entire winter and never have a fire in the fireplace and not do any of that. That's what I really wanted. I didn't recognize that at first, but the more I'm told no, the more it became crystal clear that that's what I needed to do. I needed to F up the entire winter because of not being able to have firewood, and I'm just severely irritated and annoyed and disappointed that these people didn't help me by all of them being out of firewood or not being there or not answering their messages. A few of them did, and I was happy, but now I'm really disappointed. So anyway, I would say I hope this video helps you, but in reality, I really hope it disappoints you, because you may, for an instant, you may be irritated at me that I didn't actually give you the tips you were thinking you were going to get. But at the end of this video, you're going to understand that this way is better. Have a good day.